So from the moment I met this dynamic couple, Louie and Kara, I knew they didn't belong in their suburban home in this sleepy neighborhood. I have no clue what they were doing away from all their friends in this big house with a pool.
Well, we lived in the Thornhill area and felt a bit isolated where we were, and found that we were spending most of our time downtown. So as much effort and work that we put into our house, which we did love, we were always leaving it to go downtown and do things down there with friends and all of that. So we decided maybe it'd be a good idea to do a move more for the area than, necessarily the house.
So my mission was to help them figure out what neighborhood is best suited for their urban lifestyle, because they had no idea.
So when we met with Bosko to figure out where we wanted to go, it was more of a consultative approach on his side. We didn't really know where we wanted to go. So basically we went through a Q&A period with him. He asked us a lot of questions. It took about an hour and a half, I'd say, where he asked us a lot of questions about more lifestyle things, what we're looking for, where we see ourselves in a few years.
He really was able to focus us, which was really helpful. Searching for a house is pretty scary when you're not used to selling and buying. So he was a great support system throughout it.
One of the memorable quotes that Bosko said to us was that the house is simply four walls. You should really look at the area, because you can make a home whenever you need it to, and the area is what really makes the difference. And you can basically take your home and replicate it anywhere you are, but the area that you can't. And he was definitely right about that.
Yeah.
Bloor West Village, that's the place where I see you guys, I told them. This is a highly desirable neighborhood, and finding a right house is the one thing. Competing with 5 other people to get their dream home was not an easy task, but we prevailed.
Bosko was completely accurate in choosing the area for us. It's really fit us to a T. Everything that he said about the area has come true basically, and we're still discovering it, which is neat. Although we had heard of this area and people had said great things about it, we didn't know it like he did. So it was really great to have an expert sort of tell us where we would fit the most, and we have, so it's great.
Now we're under the pressure to sell their house.
We purchased before we sold, so that was always a bit of a stress, because you obviously need to sell your existing property, or for the most part, most people need to sell their existing house before they can move into a new one. So it was more so the stress of getting our older house ready in time to put on the market as soon as possible. We got a lot of help with that, which was great, and Bosko was very good at assisting us with what we needed to do and what areas to focus on. One of the things I noticed that he did, which I hadn't seen before, was he physically visited all the other houses in our area, like physically walked in there, in and out, through the whole place, saw what they were listing it for, what amenities it had, what things it had that we didn't, or vice versa, to try to get a good idea of where we should be. He's very in tune with the market, so he was very good at gauging what the other properties were doing, considering how long they were on the market for. And when a few properties came up on the market right before ours, he suggested we change our strategy a little bit on how we start accepting offers and all that, and it ended up working out as best as it could. So we're very comfortable with that whole process, because he obviously knew what he was doing, and we trusted that he knew, and it worked out very well.
My favorite part of the story was when we got the offer. Louis was driving somewhere. I had to tell him to pull over before I tell him the offered price. Now they're living their dream and their beautiful home in the Bloor West Village.
It was a great experience overall. He was very easy to talk to, very approachable, and always made us feel important, which was great.
He keeps in mind that it's one of the most emotional decisions of your life, and treats it that way, and doesn't treat it like a business transaction. Not to us anyways, not to the client. When he's negotiating with other agents, obviously he is, because he's got to get the deals done. But one of the things that he brings to the table that I don't see a lot of other agents doing is he doesn't personalize it, but he absolutely is empathetic. And and understands that it's very stressful for the individuals that are going through the process, and makes you feel much more comfortable as a result of that.